if your machine is making water, but it's not making water as fast as it used to make water, so you can check that on your flow meters. Let's say if it's dropping down, it used to make over a gallon a minute with, a gallon and a half to 2 gallons going down the drain. And now it's down making a half a gallon a minute and you're running out of water because it can't keep up with the volume. These are the things you would start to check. First of all, I'd check the water supply to the machine. Whenever this gray motor and processor, when it's not running, check your pressure gauge, okay? It needs to be at least 40, preferably 50 to 60 PSI on your incoming whenever either the machine is off or your processor is just not running, okay? If your pressure is good there, you might want to just change your pre-filters because they could be clogged. You may look at your sediment filter and it doesn't look like it has very much sediment on it, and they may look fine, but sometimes the city will do construction, or they will flush a lot of chemicals through the system and clog your carbon filters, and it won't look like there's anything on them. And they won't look clogged, but they could be clogged, okay? So one of the things you can do is while you have your filters in, disconnect your tube from your pre-filters to your pump, unplug your motor, okay, so it doesn't run, all right? And then activate your system to make water, so that water is coming out of this. Maybe have a bucket and just watch the flow, okay? Watch the flow and see if it's getting water to a good amount of water to flow through. Do it while your filters are in, then take all your filters out, put it on with no filters, and see if there's a significant increase in pressure, okay? And then you can deduce that is my filters are probably clogged. I'm just going to change my filters. Or you could just change your filters and see if that helps the situation, okay? Another thing that you can check is, let's say you've eliminated those as possibilities. It's not clogged filters and your pump is working, your motor's kicking on, your pump's working, but you're not sure if it's getting a lot of volume to your RO. So you can do the same concept, make sure your motor and pump are connected, make sure everything's connected, disconnect this tube here, put it in a bucket, and you can see whenever it kicks on, is it pushing water like crazy into that bucket? It should be spraying super hard. It should be delivering a ton of water with that pump kicking on, okay? And if it's not, if it seems like, man, that's not enough water to, that's not much different than the city pressure water, then it's not grabbing and pulling the volume, okay? So your pump could be working and it could be losing its effectiveness. So there's times whenever we have machines in the field and they're just not making water as fast as they used to. It's still making water. Everything seems to be operating fine. And then we change the brass processing pump, and it's a new pump that's optimal. And now it's pushing, you go from working with, maybe less than 2 gallons a minute between your two flow meters to working with 2.5 to 3 gallons a minute just by changing your processing pump. Also, if you have an really old pump, you take this pump off of here and just make sure that your motor is not chewed up on the inside, okay? Because if your motor's chewed up on the inside, you might need to change your motor and your pump, okay? Another very common cause of making water slow is that your RO membrane is just clogging. And you could still have really good low TDS, and but you just can't get your water to the tank, up very high. You increase your pressure and up, 100, 150, maybe it's up to 150. And you're losing all your, a lot of water going down the drain. just to get a little bit more, and it's just not pushing very much water through the membrane. It's probably because the membrane is still cleaning the water, but it's clogging, and so it's hindering the production rate. Okay, so you just need to change your membrane, and those are the main causes of slowing down your water production. Usually, most common, filter. Filters need changed. Second most common, pump needs change. And almost as common as that, your RO membrane needs changed.